Hello, welcome back to another video. I just decided to draw some characters. Actually, I wanted to draw one of my characters from a really old story of mine because I was backing up a bunch of my stories from my old iPod Touch because I write a lot. Yeah, and one of them, it's not his name, but the main guy calls him Crazy Dave, and I really wanted to draw him because he's just this big dude. I wanted to draw his van. Oh man, I forgot about that. I was already not that happy with like the second half of this because I had to do this in so many different sittings. But I was gonna draw his van. I really, really liked it. Oh well, whatever. Different day. Problem for a different day. Anyway, Crazy Dave. He's really blunt and he doesn't even mean to be rude. He's a pretty accommodating dude. He's older than most of the people in the story. He just kind of hangs out with them. He's a bit of an outcast. And yeah, he's really smart. He likes to build things, and he went through for like a bunch of engineering stuff back in the day. And one of their youngest that kind of hangs out with them is his name's Sammy. And yeah, they all kind of put him on the straight and narrow years ago, and so sometimes Crazy Dave will go and pick him up in the van and they'll go do fun stuff. So yeah. Even though he says it's to kick his butt, but you know, everyone knows the truth that he's just a softie. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to draw Crazy Dave. I started out with this guy just as a warm-up. He's not really in the story, but he could probably find his way in if he wanted. By the end, honestly, it just didn't look enough like how the character felt to me. I don't know. It was fine. Like, I liked the drawing fine enough, but... So this is where we're getting into him. He's supposed to have some really long, stretched lobes. And yeah, be like a big dude. I made him super strong, and I think part of that is that I ended up giving him the face shape that I gave Iken from our story. So yeah, then I just kind of defaulted. But he's not necessarily, I mean, he's pretty beef, but he's not trim either. He's a bit chubby. So yeah. But it was nice going back through some of my old stories. I mean, it's not like the writing is award-winning. It's just fun to revisit characters that I only think about every now and again these days. Because I'm always thinking of something else, something new, something different, something the same. But it's good to revisit. I was going to draw kind of a more in-depth contraption, but as I was going, I'm like, I don't have time for this. Because we were actually going to go somewhere else, and I thought about just staying home, but I thought it would be good for our tiny dog to go out and see kind of how he does. And he did pretty well, to be honest. We basically bought him the equivalent of a playpen, so he could still run around a little bit and calm himself down, so there were other dogs out, but he did okay. And we took him on like an hour-long walk, and he did great, so yeah. So this is my first shake at doing Crazy Dave. He always wears like silly graphic t-shirts. I have a thing for that. I got a soft spot for the weird graphic t-shirts. In fact, one of my older stories, it was probably the first comic I attempted back in the day. God. One of the main characters, his name's Jamie. He was always wearing funny graphic t-shirts. I mean, with dumb puns on them and stuff that, like, I don't know, some old grandpa would wear. Because I just thought it would be funny. Actually, I had a file set aside that just had shirt ideas, and anytime I came across something funny, I would sometimes put my own spin on it or just take it as it was, just to keep the ideas flowing, because I wanted them to persist throughout the entire comic. Which I've now come to realize that because of the page count, the expected page count on that puppy, it would have been a graphic novel for sure. But I wasn't that sure about the differences back in the day. And then this girl, while I was reading the story, I just thought, I wonder if Crazy Dave would ever even think about being with someone, because he's pretty chill. He's pretty cool by himself. He didn't care. Just hanging out with his friends and experimenting with weird parts, I guess. And then I ended up making this girl. I had drawn her. She's already gone through some iterations just on some plain cartridge paper. Because I got these flare pens, and dang it, who makes them? I always forget I think it's Papermate. It is. Okay, Papermate flare. And I got a huge pack of them. Because, I don't know, I just wanted them. And so I was sketching with those, and she came out first like that. She was very different at the time. I drew her a little insecure, a little shy. And then when I started drawing her here, I'm like, no. We're going to draw her, and she's going to weld. And she's going to be just super cool, really good at building stuff. And anyway, I loved her like that. So whether she grew up from that other more insecure part of herself and this is her older or whatever, has yet to be determined, but I just really liked that, and I thought, you know what? If anyone was going to be with Crazy Dave, it would have to be her. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really deal too much with the romance side of anything in a story because I don't care. But I like that. I like that they could be companions. They might just be homies too, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. It's just in the entirety of the story, he does get along with everybody, but he doesn't really have a constant companion. He's mainly on his own. So, yeah, I decided maybe he would have someone who would appreciate some of his stuff. Zoned out for half a second because I was listening to the thunder. But yeah. I realized I kind of messed up her legs there. They're like the weirdest short torso ever. Not that some people don't have short torsos and I don't really find them weird, but right there it just looked weird, okay? Was this when I was doing it on a different day? Possibly. Maybe I was able to finish this. Yeah, maybe I was able to finish this bit and then I had to leave. And then I still had to do like 2 or 3 other sessions to try and finish out this page. But I forgot that on the right I wanted to draw his van. And I was so stoked about it. But then days passed. And we're sitting right now on Tuesday. And I had to finish it out today. So, kind of a shame. I love drawing silly vans. I used to make jokes about, if I decided to get a vehicle, which I don't want. Because I don't. Too much money. I'd probably get a van as a joke. I always said that I would get a van. And I would get I'd probably save up money just to get a dumb paint job. It'd be so awesome. Just put my art setup in the back. I don't know though, because I started changing that idea a lot when I kept hearing about people's vans getting broken into and all the stuff in the back getting taken. Man, that made me sad. So maybe just an SUV or something. Whatever, I'm not getting a car. But I really wanted to draw his. I thought of some cool stuff that would be in the interior. And, yeah, I'll just have to try to remember it. Maybe I'll draw it on my cartridge paper when I have a minute. We've had a lot of weather lately, so I've been drawing definitely a lot more on paper. because my computer's turned off on me a few times. I was trying to do a little Patreon update. I was trying to do one of these videos. I was trying to do so many things, and my computer has gotten kicked off and terrified me a couple of times. Pretty scary. So this is supposed to be the character Sawyer, but I ended up just turning him into something else. It does not look like Sawyer at all. None of you are even going to know who Sawyer is, because I've not shared like anything about this story. There's plenty of stories I haven't shared anything about. I write things for me and draw a lot of things for me. Thunder. We had it pretty bad yesterday. We had some rain come in. It just, oh my god, it just poured. And I saw hail because we have an air conditioner in the window, and I was trying to stop it from pouring water onto the windowsill and anywhere near the outlets. And as I was doing that and just got it kind of set up, I saw hail, and I was like, oh, no, my sister's plants are outside. So she's got like a tomato plant and a bunch of flowers. And my mom was like, no, it's too late anyway. But I started throwing my shoes on. And even though she told me it was too late, she had run to get an umbrella. Because, sometimes the hail can be a bit dangerous. But I did not. I just ran out with my shoes untied. And we were soaked before we even got across the yard to the plants. And we were shoving them under my dad's blue pickup that he has had since he was 17. And yeah, we were soaked. We were super soaked. And there was some crazy lightning, and my mom's terrified of lightning, but yeah, we still ran out and saved her plants. So, and they didn't look too bad, luckily, because they were like kind of under one of the trees in the yard, so it was all good. I do not like how this face turns out. I just don't. I've drawn plenty of faces that look similar to this one, but yeah, I just didn't like it. It wasn't what I wanted. Then I kept changing the canvas a little bit too far and having to readjust so that I knew where my edges were, so that I can actually save a decent thumbnail picture. And I do a lot of these on one file for a long time, usually for the month, before I move on to make a new file, since it's an infinite canvas. Oh, and because it doesn't show it, I'll just say the program's mischief. And it's not getting updated anymore, but you can still download it. And if you need that information, just let me know, and I will copy paste it from my notepad as soon as I can. I just skipped past that because for some reason I struggled with it. I don't know. And so this is the last little thing. I just thought I'd draw another tiny scene. Like, it's not great, but I just wanted to fill that space with something like that. Oh, my ear is ringing like crazy. Just don't turn off my computer, please. Let me save the files. I'll get this out to you guys at some point today. I just don't want my computer to die because parts are so expensive right now. They're intense. So I was thinking about getting a new C drive, and I was pricing them, and the last time I bought one, it was about $90. I mean, it was on sale, but it was about $90. And yeah, I was looking at just a terabyte, and holy crap, dude. It was like $300. So I'm not going to do that for a little while, and I don't want to replace anything else because I just updated my computer. And I thought I'd put her in, just hanging with the guys. I should have put in some others. I have a couple other characters. Two of the girls that are together have like a Doberman, and they're always like showing pictures of it. That's so funny. And that would have been cute because I could have shown the Dobermans. Anyway, this is the finished picture. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought. Have a good day or night, and bye.